Hello and welcome to Wednesday's Granada Reports.
Hello on the programme this evening.
One confirmed, two more suspected cases of the Omicron variant in the northwest. Tonight, the advice for plans for Christmas and concerns for the hospitality sector.
I'll be honest with you, it's completely devastating. In the last 24 hours, cancellations are rife.
A helicopter's brought in to help communities who've been without power for up to 5 days of winter weather.
The heartwarming festive advert, which isn't selling anything but has a powerful message. And meet ABBA, the first of our Advent heroes in the run-up to Christmas, who've gone above and beyond for their communities. Well, first tonight, and with reports from our region of more cases of the new Omicron variant of coronavirus, there are fears about what this means for the next few weeks and the run-up to Christmas.
Yeah, two strongly suspected cases have been identified in Bolton in Greater Manchester, and there's been a confirmed case in Lancaster.
Health experts say the new strain could trigger a surge in infections bigger than previous waves and overwhelm the NHS.
And those working in sectors like hospitality say they're already seeing cancellations, as it looks like a challenging year could get even harder.
Lisha Manelli has tonight's top story.
In Bolton, the Christmas season started under a cloud after 2 people in the borough tested positive for COVID, and it's highly likely to be the Omicron variant. Their households are now isolating to try to contain the virus. But one thing that has spread through these streets is fear.
Coming into town is like taking your life into your own hands. It's really scary. I mean, because it affects everybody in different ways. If I was to get the virus, I don't think I'd survive it.
I mean, I'm wearing a mask when I go in stores because you have to do. But I think people are frightened. They're just frightening people.
I feel safe enough at the moment. There's only a few cases in the country, so that's what I'm worried about, you know. So they might spread really fast.
The face masks are back on the town's Christmas shoppers, and the council's Director of Public Health wants people to test before socialising and meet outdoors if they can. But all across the northwest, this new variant has brought new uncertainty and festive fears for a hospitality industry who spent last December in Tier 3.
I'll be honest with you, it's completely devastating. In the last 24 hours, cancellations are rife, and I sadly now think we're going to see quite a few closures coming through. You know what, Lisha, the one thing that I always want to reiterate actually is a point about what it's like being an operator at the moment, you know, and you have incurred all this debt and you have been on a roller coaster for the last 20 months. And just when you thought there was the opportunity to perhaps get back on your feet again, the rug was pulled yesterday. And what does that do to people's mental health? And anyone watching this, I would say to them, you know, do take measures when you go out. Don't change your plans, please. You know, those operators are on their knees.
Concerns the government seems anxious about too. This morning, the Health Secretary stressed that it's masks and boosters that will save Christmas, and cancelling plans isn't on that list.
The rules on socialising, the advice is clear. They haven't changed. The guidance is still there. We've always said, even before anyone knew about this new variant, that, you know, as we enter winter, the days get darker and colder. The virus likes that kind of weather. The flu virus likes that kind of weather. So if you're going to a Christmas party and there's going to be a lot of people there, then it could be very sensible indeed to get an LFT test before you go.
Back in Greater Manchester, mask wearing on the trams is up to 90% on some services, and the Mayor says there will be enforcement if needed. But it's boosters that are the front face of this fight.
We have the ability to be more masters of our own destiny this year than we did last year. So please, let's take advantage of that. Wear face coverings on public transport, in shops, as people are required to do. Kind of get back to observing distancing, use the sanitizer. But then, you know, wherever you're up to with your vaccination journey, you know, go and have your next step if you've not had it.
A case of the Omicron variant has now been confirmed in Lancaster. Fresh reasons why officials want to shine a light on the steps that could keep us safe, knowing too well that as we begin our festive celebrations, this is also the most wonderful time of the year for a disease that spreads indoors and in crowds. Lisha McNally, ITV News.
Efforts to restore power to thousands of homes in Cumbria are in their 5th day as the clean-up from Storm Irwin continues.
Yeah, a helicopter is being used by Electricity North West to assess damage to power lines from above, as many face another night without heat or light. Andrew Misra has been following today's developments.
Well, I've been at Cartmel Village Hall for most of the day today, where there's been an extraordinary effort to help people who've been cut off. And the care and compassion shown to those people has really been quite striking. They've been here for most of the day, if not all of the day, and they're going to be here into the evening. And as you say, the power company has been up in the air today to try to get a better picture using this map of the damage across the area. Elevating their response to Storm Irwin, engineers from Electricity North West and a pilot take to the skies above the Lake District, with thousands of homes in the area facing the prospect of a 6th day without power. The plan, in their words, is finding the lines and running them down, hoping to find where poles that support power lines have been felled in inaccessible areas.
We think we will find some big problems because these are areas that we haven't been able to see haven't been able to see in enough detail yet. So yes, we do expect there to be some quite considerable damage to the network, but we will work on informing the customers as quickly as we can.
Even with the know-how, it's sometimes hard to see beyond the countless fallen trees scattered like pencils across this landscape, like here at Under Lowrig. Slightly further south, lines twisted at Raithwaite. We see 5 or 6 poles crash during our short time in the air. The experts say times this by hundreds to get a true sense of the scale of all this.
This is part of the problem. Some of it is that the trees have brought the cables down.
On the ground at Cartmel Village Hall, they know how bad things are, and they're doing all they can to help, providing warmth, food, drink and more.
People who have now been in properties for 4 or 5 days without power we're trying to now place them into accommodation, and that's quite hard because a lot of our area is full of Airbnbs and holiday lets, and it's heartbreaking that our own people are stuck in houses without power, and we've got a lot of properties around, in and around the area that are empty.
Kerry and her partner Mike are one couple benefiting from Fiona's package of kindness.
Oh, it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. It was great going down this morning and being greeted by very friendly people, and also being told that these facilities are available and they're there to help us. So once we found out about it, wonderful. The frustration has been that we didn't know about it.
And not being able to access critical information is a problem others have faced too.
The problem has been that most of the communication from the power company and from the local authority has been via social media, and we're not able to pick that up, so it's been very difficult to get any information about what's going on.
Electricity North West will hopefully have landed more information tonight about what has happened to their power supply. Those still without power go on hoping for a turn in their fortunes. Well, we spoke to Electricity North West again this afternoon, and they say they hope to reconnect everybody by Friday. They also apologise for the terrible time that customers have been through, but stress that the damage has been unprecedented. As for that difficulty in accessing information which you heard about in the package there, well, the company says that the fixes take time to repair and that time can change, and that might be why people feel they haven't received the correct information. A final thought from me is that there is compensation available for people who've been cut off from Electricity North West, but it's likely to be little consolation for people now facing the prospect of a 6th day in a cold, powerless home.
Andrew Misra reporting there. Let's hope those residents have their heat and light restored as fast as humanly possible. More of the day's news now. And a healthcare worker has been charged with sexually assaulting 7 women at Blackpool Victoria Hospital. Hernando Puno, who is 51 and from Leighton in Blackpool, is due to appear in court next month. Lancashire Police said it was not linked to an ongoing investigation into allegations of mistreatment and neglect at the hospital's stroke unit.
Staff at universities across the region have walked out as part of a long-running dispute over pay and pensions. The three-day walkout began this morning with more action threatened if a deal can't be reached. The University College Union says more than 1 million students will be affected. The employers say they're disappointed and the action will impact on students.
It's been revealed that Crewe is home to the slowest street in the country for broadband. A survey by Uswitch says Wisterton Road in the town has an average download speed of just 0.24 megabytes per second. It means it would take more than 48 hours to download a 2-hour film. Ofcom say the street is covered by superfast broadband and people should check for upgrades with their providers.
Well, next tonight, Jimmy McGovern has told us it means the world to be nominated for the Freedom of Liverpool. It's expected to be confirmed for the screenwriter and also for the 97th victim of Hillsborough, Andrew Devine, later this month.
Yes, Jimmy's been recognised for a multi-award-winning career, including his TV drama On the Disaster. I spoke to him earlier today and asked him how he was feeling.
I'm absolutely thrilled. It means the world to me. It really does, you know. I've been very fortunate in my life in that I've won awards in the past, and they are precious to me. Those awards are precious to me, but this one is even more precious because it's come from the people I've grown up with. You know, it's very special.
As you say, you've won so many awards over the years, whether it's a BAFTA, a Royal Television Society Award, Emmy, the list goes on and on. So this is a bit more sweeter because it's been given to you by your home city.
Yes, and it's a city I've grown to love even more the older I've got. You know, I absolutely love the city, the people who live here, who I think are the finest people in the world, you know. So it's, as I say, it's a city that means so much to me. I love it. You know.
And when you look at the stories that you've written over the years, it is so much about people and, you know, personalities and characters. Does that come from being from Liverpool, would you say?
I think it's part of professional pride that if you write a character, it's a living, breathing character, you know, with all that character's flaws and all the character's strengths, you know. I think that's part of my makeup as a writer, you know. But this is a city full of writers, as you probably know, you know. So that aspect of my life is probably a sort of aspect of being a Scouser as well, you know.
You're receiving the Freedom of the City of Liverpool alongside Andrew Devine, the 97th victim of the Hillsborough disaster. I'm just wondering whether this moment is, I don't know, somewhat tinged with sadness.
It's both sadness and pride. That instant changed my life, and I changed as a human being because of that. And I was so thrilled to be able to do something that could help them. You know, because as you remember, we did the docudrama on ITV and almost exactly 25 years ago today. So the whole thing, you know, I'm so sad Andrew died, I am. So it is tinged with sadness, but also tinged with great pride, you know.
The Lord Mayor of Liverpool, Councillor Rasmussen, I've just been looking at what she said about the two of you receiving this recognition. She said that it is both wonderful and poetic that you've both received this recognition. Do you understand what she means by that?
It's a profound and deeply moving coincidence, you know. So, yes, I know exactly what she means. It's enormous, you know.
And how have your family taken this news? I bet they are so full of pride at what you've achieved in your life so far, and now you've got this incredible recognition from your home city.
Yes, well, they all think I'm absolutely wonderful, of course, which I'm not, you know. But I had to keep quiet about it. It's a thing I learned about 4 days ago, and I couldn't tell anybody apart from my wife. I'm blessed. I've got amazing kids and amazing grandkids, you know, and I'm really blessed. I am.
And just finally, Jimmy, legend has it that you can now drive a flock of sheep down Dale Street. I guess that's one to tick off your bucket list.
Yes, but I'll be happy as long as I'm still allowed to have a pint in the Liver Vaults in Kensington, which is the best pub on the planet. You know, I've been going in there for over 50 years. So I'll be having a few on Friday night in there, yes.
Jimmy, I hope I can join you one day. Jimmy McGovern, really good to talk to you, and many, many congratulations for receiving this accolade, this wonderful award. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
He's just great, Jimmy, isn't he?
Do you know what? I so loved having that chat. He is so humble, so great to talk to, and I mean, he's achieved so much in his career, and there is much more to come, you can just tell. So, Jimmy, congratulations, and yeah, loved having that chat.
You did, and the flock of sheep, that's very interesting. You might have to expand upon that a bit later when we go into the next piece, because that sounds fascinating. But now we're moving on to another story, which is heartwarming and beautiful, and that's a Christmas advert, which isn't actually selling anything at all, but has a very, very important messages for the big retailers and advertisers.
Yeah, it is the third year in a row that a group of artists with disabilities have come together to showcase their work. It has been led by two of our favourite actors.
Well, we can cross live now to our correspondent Elaine Wilcox, who's in Manchester this evening, where the ad is being premiered. Elaine, what's going on?
Yes, that's right. You join me for last-minute rehearsals with the COVID carolers who are here in this beautiful, fully accessible arts hub and theatre, 53.2 in the heart of Manchester, where this advert is being premiered this evening. It was written by Andy Duffy. Tell me, what's the gist of the story, Andy?
Well, it was inspired by my granddad, who used to be Santa Claus for his local Rotary Club. And I don't want to say too much to give it away, but it's about being not alone at Christmas, and I hope you all enjoy it.
It is absolutely beautiful, and a big part of the idea behind the advert is to get people with disabilities on screen and off screen too. What's it like for you being part of it?
It just means so much to have so many great opportunities that I've had as a writer and performer myself. And it's really just given me so much confidence for me, and I'm sure for others too.
That's wonderful. So let's take a peek. Well, with me is Melissa Johns, who helped create this advert with 53.2, and you've created the network with Cheryl Lee Houston. The whole aim is to encourage people with disabilities. You've been so busy lately, it's been fantastic to see. Is it making a difference?
It's making a huge difference. We've always said that TV really can achieve change, and it has a responsibility to do it. So making this advert, we've got a team of people that are disabled and non-disabled, and that's the change that we need to see.
And the main character, Sophie, is someone with Down syndrome, and she is go-getting, and that's what you want to change, isn't it? The narrative too.
We have to challenge narratives. So usually when we do see disabled people on our TV screens, we're seeing them being looked after or cared for. We flip that on its head. Sophie has Down syndrome. She is the carer in our story here. So it's about challenging those narratives.
It is a fantastic story, and we have had some wonderful adverts every Christmas. They are much more diverse, which is good, but there is still a distinct lack of disability. So what's your message to those with big budgets?
You've got the budget to do it, you just need to have it on your agenda. If we can do this on barely any budget and in a couple of days, there's no excuse for anyone else, so make the change.
And briefly, this is the third ad. You've been banging on with that message. Will there be a fourth, a fifth and a sixth?
We want these adverts to continue for as long as possible, but hopefully out of celebration. We make them at the moment because we want to make change. Hopefully that change will be made, and we can just make them just to celebrate the talent in the room.
Lovely to see you. Looking forward to the premiere. Celebration. Take it away, COVID carolers.
They're great, aren't they fab? Absolutely brilliant. Forgot what we were meant to be talking about because I was enjoying that so much.
I love Christmas so much. Definitely the best time of the year.
I know, you've been so excited about the carols today already.
It's amazing.
1st of December, well, we're allowed now, aren't we, officially? It's 1st of December. You're allowed to celebrate it. And to help celebrate that as well, Granada's Advent Heroes is returning. And every day this month, we're going to be celebrating some of our region's heroes. heroes who've gone above and beyond in 2021.
Yes, Abba Graham runs a community organisation in Stockport called Ebony and Ivory. It's an activity learning group for people from African and Caribbean communities.
My name is Abba Graham. I run an organisation called Ebony and Ivory community organisation based in Stockport. We support young people who are from refugee and vulnerable backgrounds to help them develop their attainments at school. So we run a homework club and a youth club. And we also support the wider community with cultural appropriate food, because we feel that there's a brilliant correlation between food and mental health. The community I help is very marginalised, they're financially distressed. A lot of them don't have much. And so we wanted to empower them, to nurture them, so that they can then develop their own systems and, you know, create something for themselves. I'm hopeful for 2022. I'm hopeful that we will work better together. I'm hopeful that people won't be left behind, because if people are not left behind and we're working better together, there's no need for me to set up an organisation. So that's my hope. We need the resources so that we can make people's lives better.
The first of many heroes. Here's Emma.
That sunshine really made your eyeshadow pop, you know. And you put the wipe in the bin, not the toilet.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Go ahead, Queen.
Hello there. 1st of December today, and we have some provisional November stats for you. It looks like it could turn out to be drier and milder than average, and also we could be on course for the 3rd warmest autumn on record. But as I say, these are just provisional at the moment. We'll be firming them up over the next couple of days, and we'll keep you posted. Looking forward, I'm not so sure whether you'll be looking forward to the forecast or not, because it is turning colder again. Blustery winds overnight tonight, but nothing like we had for Storm Irwin. A widespread frost as well overnight. Tomorrow a bit calmer, and then temperatures rally slightly on Friday. Looking at the detail, well, you can see that high pressure starting to build in from the west, killing off these straggling fronts for tomorrow. So that's why things calm down, but it's very short-lived, because we've got those systems pushing across Thursday night into Friday, and the weekend could be unsettled and a bit windy again at times, but there's very low confidence on that at the moment. So we're not going to go that far ahead for now. Looking at the next few hours, if we just rewind, you can see it's mostly going to be dry and clear. Isle of Man, quick focus on you there. We saw those glancing showers coming through. There could be a wintry element to those, maybe some hail, and also some icy stretches for you and indeed for all of the patch. More, we're talking a widespread frost for the mainland, icy stretches for the Isle of Man, temperatures falling away, and still gusts of 30 miles an hour at the coast. There could be some big waves around. We've got high tides at the moment. Sun's up tomorrow at 6 minutes past 8, and it's going to be a chilly start to the day, quite bright as you'd expect, but generally improving and brightening up as the afternoon wears on. Lighter winds, that's the thing you'll notice that today. So feeling better, although still a bit on the chilly side really, as you can see from those temperatures. Clouding up from the northwest, rain coming through overnight. A bit of an unsettled start to Friday, but brightening up later. Bye-bye.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Those eyebrows are unreal.
And we're back after news at 10. You can always find all the latest on our website.
But for now, though, thank you very much indeed for watching. Have a nice evening.
Bye-bye.